Hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope that it's full of joy, optimism, and flowers. So I have to talk about this novel, The Lies I Tell. It's by Julie Clark, and this novel came out not too long ago. It was about 2022 is when it was copywritten, and this book is also found on the Book of the Month website if you want to purchase it through them. I was fortunate enough to retrieve this book from a little library, and I had never read a novel by Julie Clark before, but she has also written The Last Flight and The Ones We Choose. She is an international bestseller, and she's been translated into more than 20 languages, and for a reason. This novel is so juicy. It's so visual, and the internal ruminations and the internal thought process of the characters really give this novel a beautiful distinction from other works of fiction, and it really goes into like how people think, which I really enjoy. So this novel is told from dual perspectives of two female characters, and it spans over about 10 years time, and it really kind of so I hate to compare, but I feel like I have to acknowledge the fact that this novel does address the class divisions, and the line that divides class, I think, is a fine line, and sometimes that line is an illusion, actually, I think. And in a sense, it kind of reminds me of The Last Mrs. Parrish in that regard. But The Last Mrs. Parrish, it was more so like, oh man, I hate to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, but The Last Mrs. Parrish was really good. It had a slower pace than this novel does. So The Lies I Tell, it does have a good pace to it, which I really do enjoy. You are going to turn the pages of this novel. You'll probably zoom through it really fast, and the tone of this novel has a little bit of cynicism to it, I would suppose, at times, but at the same time it has this optimism, and there's a sense of righteousness that the characters also have, and for different reasons, which also drives the plot and the character development in a very unique and profound way. This novel kind of highlights, I don't know how to explain it. You have to read this novel. I cannot believe more people are not talking about this. It deserves to be talked about. It talks about, well, it hints, it acknowledges social issues, but it doesn't linger there too long. I do feel that this novel is definitely a social commentary, but it does maintain the essence of fiction. And even though it does have some heavy topics, it still was a delight to read, because the characters tend to have a strong sense of self, which is imperative for having a strong sense of control in your life. And for that reason, that is what made it a delight, and also made it very optimistic in the tone. There are twists in this novel, and there's like a multiple, even though it's only told from 2 perspectives, it's almost like it has 5 different plots at the same time, and it's woven in such a seamless, beautiful way. Each stitch is just right in place, exactly where it should be. I haven't finished reading this. I have about 50 pages left, and the experience of reading this book has just been such... I've enjoyed it so much. I can't even wait till the end of the book to make this review. The imagery in this book is very well done. She doesn't really focus so much on the visual imagery as much as she does more so on... Okay, wait, let me backtrack. She does do visual imagery, but not so much as to where it's just focused on the characters' physical appearances. It's the environment. It's how they move, their body language. It is just so well done. It's auditory, like what did they hear, and what did they smell. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of classical music, and low-key, it's starting to drive me a little bit crazy, so I'm trying to pivot and begin to listen to jazz, because I'm not quite fully ready to just go back to listening to music with lyrics like I used to 2 months ago. And upon reflection, when you're hearing something, you start to think about it, and then there's really hardly any room for your own thoughts. But I didn't realize that. Or maybe I just dismissed it or ignored it, because I'm very good at doing that. So the jazz, I hope you guys like it, because I'm probably going to be playing it for a while. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the plot without spoiling it. So this novel is centered around a female con artist. Yes, I know, intriguing. And gosh, it's just so damn good. Tell me if you're interested in reading this novel. Tell me if you read anything by this writer before. And if you did read it, please tell me what you thought. But please, no spoilers in the comments if you can. And oh, tell me, are you subscribed to Book of the Month? Because I have been contemplating it. I think it's really great. I went to the website and I saw that they put a high emphasis on highlighting the debut writers, which is so cool. And it just, they seem to have an assortment of novels that you wouldn't normally see at the bookstore for that reason that I just, mentioned. So if you are on Book of the Month, tell me about your experience and would you recommend it? Thank you so much for coming and visiting my channel. I appreciate you. Keep reading. I hope you make plans for the summer. I hope you go places and do things. And if you don't write it down, it's hard to do it sometimes. Okay. So I hope you write down the places you want to go, how you're going to get there, your strategy, what you're going to do when you're there. I think it's motivating when you write things down. Does anyone ever like take a special book on vacation that's like vacation themed? Am I the only person that wants to do that or has done that? I haven't done it actually. I don't know why. Okay, please let me know your thoughts, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm gonna try to post more frequently. It seems like I've been reading a lot lately. I was on hiatus for a while, but I'm back. Thank you again, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and stay optimistic, stay hopeful, make plans, and pursue your dreams.